It's Monday, May 20th. Back on trail. Stayed with my family friends in Boiling Springs. They were so kind and generous to Frodo and myself. They put us up for the night, fed us probably the most amazing food we've had on trail so far. And they even took us to REI. My sleeping pad has been dramatically failing, and REI over the phone has just been so helpful this entire time on trail. But we went to the REI in Mechanicsburg, and I don't know if I got off on the wrong foot with the manager there, but they refused to take the return, and they also didn't do a darn tough sock exchange, which REI is pretty much known for. So maybe I just got off on the wrong foot with them. It's unfortunate, but I guess these things happen. I ended up calling REI, and they happily did the exchange. And I had called REI twice before asking them if that would be possible, and they said, yeah, there won't be any issue whatsoever. We will do that exchange. So I guess the manager just did not want to do that. Dealing with that this morning delayed my start. I didn't even start hiking until like 10:15, 10:30. And I hiked out of Boiling Springs, and now I'm going across Cumberland Valley. It's actually very, very nice. It's incredibly flat. It's a bit muddy, but I'm pretty much walking through private land. People who, I guess, allow the trail to go through their land for a while. Lots of corn, lots of, I think, what is soybean, lots of wheat. It's called winter wheat, I believe. It's the one that I'm seeing growing. This is all corn here. There's rows and rows of corn. They're about 6 inches tall now. But it's been very nice. It's the sun came out, so it's a bit sunny. It's a bit hot. I'd say it's probably mid-70s. But thankfully, the trail, it goes through a couple fields, but mostly it's in these little corridors. I don't know if you can tell, but on my left side, there's another field. Looks like more corn. So it's just been a really nice day of hiking. I'm taking it easy. I'm gonna hike till probably 7 o'clock, I think. There's a ridge line. Eventually the flat will end. I get past Cumberland Valley, and I'll go up onto the next ridge line. And I'll probably find a place to camp up there. There's a shelter up there. It's a bit off trail, but I think I'm just gonna get up to the top, find a place to set up camp. Moo. Where the sheep and cows are, it's like a little farm stand. They got farm fresh eggs. They have farm fresh chocolate milk, which is tempting, but I don't know if my stomach will take it. Gatorade, some cookies, some local honey. Very kind. Honor system. AT crosses an interstate. I think we follow this road for a while, and then we go up over that mountain, back down, and then up the next range. And then I think I ridge walk that for a couple miles into Duquesne. But that'll be tomorrow. Who wants to tick? I don't want to tick. Am I gonna get a tick? I could get a tick. Time to check every couple 100 feet. I think I am coming up to like a stream I'm gonna walk past for a bit. Should be lovely. These are nice. Looks like I may get to walk next to the stream for a while. This is nice. No ticks that I could see. That's good. Still following the river. It's a nice little boardwalk. I try not to use my trekking poles on things like this. They tend to find the cracks in the wood too easily, and so your trekking pole will just get yanked from your hand. Just crossed this bridge. Little black racer. I say little, he's about 2.5 feet long. At the thickest, maybe it's the size of a nickel. Can I squeeze around you without scaring you? Or are you gonna start moving and scare the hell out of me? Oh, just kind of coiled up. Frodo's behind me. If I had to guess, less than a mile. He has yet to see a snake on trail. So maybe this guy will hang out until Frodo gets here. Onward though. There's a little view here. You might just be able to make out right through there. There's an interstate I crossed over. But I came from that mountain range, the base of that mountain range today. Boiling Springs is somewhere near the base of that. I think I've done maybe 12 miles or so, maybe a little bit more today. So that's how far away those mountains are. Made good time, I guess. It was nice walking through the flat Cumberland Valley. But back to the mountains. I'm almost up my first 1,000-foot climb. It looks like I'm almost to the top of the hill. Then I'll go back down, cross another little valley, and then back up again. So crossed over the first ridge. And it looks like that one in the distance is the second one I go up for the day. There should be a stream. Part way up it I can get more water. But I'm gonna get up there and then just kind of hike until I don't want to hike anymore. Just one more climb for the day. Looks like I have just a couple more fields to walk through. Here in Pennsylvania, it seems like all of this flat ground has just been, we'll just say, colonized. It's all farmland, it's all houses. There's no real flat areas that don't have any sort of housing or farm on them. If I had to guess, I'd say that's corn there in that field. Probably gonna follow this tree line if I had to guess. Straight towards that ridge line. Doesn't look too far away. 20 minutes, 40 tops. Thankfully for the hottest part of the day, I was under the canopy. Still a little on the warm side. So I'm sure this grassland pasture stretch will be a little bit hot. But I know that there is respite or respite as soon as I get back into that tree line. Done with the fields for today. Back into the forest. creek here. I don't think this is the creek that I need to fill up at, though. I'm gonna have to check. Turtle number 3. Hello. I like your foot. Have a good day. Little gardener snake, I think. I've seen so many black racers, ringnecks, gardeners. Gardener? Garter. Is it a D or a T? But I have not seen a rattlesnake or a copperhead. I guess that's a good thing. I'm on the last ridge line. Here, let me turn this around. I'm on the last ridge line for the day, and it is incredibly rocky. Pace is slow, and I am concerned that I'm not going to find a spot to set up my tent. There is barely anything that's flat and devoid of rocks. Either of those qualifications, I don't really see any spot. Or I don't see any spot that meets either of those qualifications. There is a shelter coming up that is it's like a quarter-mile off trail that's like down the mountain. I filled up on water so I wouldn't have to stop at it. And there's supposed to be tent sites down there, but I don't know if I want to just hope I get lucky. As I've progressed down this range, it's getting slightly less rockier. Hopefully that trend continues and I can find a spot. It's almost 7 o'clock actually. 6:50 right now. I'm still walking. Started late today, ending late today. All right, just a minute after I was saying that there's nothing. Crested the ridge. This is nice spot. Flat ground, couple roots, no real rocks. There's a fire pit, although I don't think I want to do that. I will, let's see, a little spot back here. It's not bad, reasonably flat, a little brush in the way. I could go back there in the woods, in between those two fallen logs, but I have to squeeze in among the trees. This isn't bad, a little slopey with the root. It's a little slopey too. I think this will do. It's a root. It is a root. Aw. Well, this is it. I'm done. Looks like maybe an hour and a half of sunlight left. Maybe 2 hours. Good enough for me. There's a millipede here that is being attacked by ants. It kind of like rolls around for a while. I think they're ants. Or gnats, maybe. They're biting him and then I'll like roll around. Poor millipede. I will not interfere.